Welcome back to the channel, guys. Here we are. So day one of the TBR700, the 2-ball rally. We are underway at last. We're actually just cruising along at the moment. We've got sort of settled into it. A nice bit of average speed camera, so there's nothing really happening else. Some nice scenery going on and everything else, but a little bit of background information there for anybody who hasn't heard of or doesn't know about it or anything like that. The TBR700 2-ball rally, basically it's an organised event. As everyone met up last night in Perth, there was a fancy dress evening. It was a register your teams and everything else. So I got registered and all the rest of it, got the book pack and that. Got up this morning, arrived at the meeting point in Perth with all the rest of the teams and all the vehicles and everything else. So hopefully you've seen the pictures from that this morning. Basically we're on a 4-day event. It's pretty much including the North Coast 500 plus a couple of 100 extra miles. So obviously usually doesn't start at Perth for the North Coast, but this one does, so hence the 700 part of it. So we are currently driving Perth to Skye, which is tonight's stop-off point. Our stop for the evening, should I say. Currently just driving up to the Green Welly. Apparently it's, I've not actually been, I've heard of it and I've passed it a few times. I've never actually stopped at it as of yet. So we're just on making our way up there now. Along the way you get your, like I said, you got the registration last night, you got your book packs and everything else that goes with you. That gives you your general routes of where you're going, your stop off points and stuff like that throughout the day. Also gives you a heads up on a couple of challenges which you can take part in if you wish. If you don't want to, that's fair enough. If you want to do some, not do others, it's entirely open to yourself. There's no pressure for doing them, but there is some good ones in there. Off the top of my head, there's a try and find and photograph 30 castles along your route in the next 4 days. I think there's an unusual photo somewhere of something that makes them all laugh and everything else. And then besides the sort of general challenges which are in your handheld books as well, each day you get a individual challenge, a daily challenge, which you don't know until you are literally leaving your starting points in the morning. You get handed an envelope. So for today's challenge is we've got to go and find the road that Skyfall was filmed on. It's the famous scene, James Bond and M standing beside the DB5 looking out through the valley. I'm sure you've all seen the film, sure you've all seen the pictures and know exactly where I'm talking about. So today's challenge is to go there, find that location and also recreate it. Like I say, for every challenge and that there's points and stuff like that. There is prizes, whether it's staff prizes, I think there might even be slight cash prizes as well, end of the day, and then obviously all your points across the whole event add up to a winner of the 2-ball rally 700. So like I say, we're just cruising along at the moment. I had a quick couple of stops off this morning. I tried to get a couple of the castles in, got one of them straight away, no problem at all. Found another one on the route but couldn't get anywhere near it, it's all locked up. I couldn't wait time wise until it's opened, unfortunately, but we're going to try and find some more along the route. Or one of the other general challenges is find the full size bronze Model T, Ford Model T. race last night. It's actually in Fort William, and I believe it was to celebrate they actually took a Ford Model T to the top of Ben Nevis, I believe, as a publicity stunt back in the early 1900s, I believe it was. So there is a full-size Model T, so that's one of the other challenges that's in the book. So we'll have to have a stop off in Fort William today as well. So we've still got plenty of mileage and that to go. I'm not that far into it. There is a lot of teams ahead of me now, I must admit. Like I said, I took a diversion as well to go and see the waterfall. I don't know whether that'll be just before this part of the video or just after it, but it'll be there. It's quite spectacular. Has been a lot of rain recently, so it's in quite a good viewing point at the moment. So yeah, like I say, we'll get cracked on, we'll get a few miles put under it, we'll get some challenges and everything sorted, and like I say, we'll keep you up to date along the way. Catch you later. Everyone, going into day 2. We're just currently having a quick run around Skye. Just found another castle, so got that just before we start the day. We're currently 8:15 in the morning so far. Just heading up to the starting point for day 2, where we'll get our daily challenges and everything. We'll get to meet up with everybody and see how everyone's getting on as well, the ones that we haven't seen last night. Like I said, just leaving Isle of Skye. There's not actually a lot takes place on here. We literally just stopped here for the night. So we're going back to Castle, I'm going to get this wrong, Elaine Doran, the most famous one I think in Scotland probably, or most photographed I think it actually is. Currently just going over the Skye Bridge as well. I don't know if you can see much out the windscreen today, but there's a lot of rain going on. Apparently there was some sort of storm coming in for today, which I think is going to ruin a lot of our views unfortunately, because from here we head north to Ullapool, and we're taking the Applecross Pass, which we've done, well I've done before anyways, with my friends and such like. The Bila the Back or something like that, I think the official name is for it. So yeah, we're just heading around there now. Like I say, get our day's challenges and everything else, and then we'll be underway. We'll see what today holds for us. Like I say, hopefully it'll open up and we'll get some of the views and sights and everything else that we love to see in Scotland, but at the minute, not looking amazingly promising unfortunately. But that's us just touching back onto the mainland nearly. So yeah, Skye, beautiful as always from what you can see of it. Definitely worthwhile a trip up if you've never been. The sights and everything else, the views and the scenery and everything's fantastic. So yeah, keep you updated guys. See you later. So, day 2's challenge. Today's challenge is in 3 parts. Part 1, get your team and machine across the famous Applecross Pass. Although it's just short of 12 miles, the 3rd highest road in Scotland, 2,054 foot above sea level. Quite impressive when you start at sea level. Part 2, once on the pass, find somewhere sensible to park, use your imagination and take a picture of your team on the pass, making it as Scottish as possible. The weather today is going to make that entertaining. And part 3, you may come across one of the famous Scottish Highland cows on the pass. Grab a photo of one. Proceed with caution. Successful completion of this challenge can earn you up to 200 points. So there we go. So first part's easy, just get up and over the pass. Make a move. First off, I've got another castle on the way though, so we'll go and get a quick photo of that. So the only real parts that I've got to look out for is, apart from more castles, the Highland Coo, and to find a way of taking a photo at the top. It really isn't actually that easy taking photos of your team when you're the only person in your team. So yeah, that's going to be interesting on its own. So yeah, here we go, day 2, we're underway. Castle of the day, Castle. Found a couple of the other teams down here. Possibly the best vehicle I think there is in front of us at the minute. The team, the Rum Runners I think they're called, and they literally have built a ship on a taxi. Wooden panelling down the sides, you can see the old skull and crossbones, the sails on the top. It's just absolutely fantastic effort by the lads. Yeah, I think that is the winner for best vehicle. There is the DeLorean, which is actually built on the Alpha. That is really good as well. It's got all the pipes and everything else fitted to it and stuff like that. Whether we've seen it, the pictures of it or not, I'm not sure, but yeah, for me this one in front of us now is the actual winner for the best vehicle, I think. With written, what is it? HMS 2 ball on it. Top effort, guys. This is us. Day 2's challenge just about to begin, so that means we are just coming up to the very start of the Applecross Pass. Yeah, weather today is pretty awful. I'm assuming by the time we get to the top it's going to be near enough an absolute whiteout, I would assume. But I'll put it on a time lapse anyways, we'll see if it's any good, and then we'll get on up to the top and we'll just check it as it is. Here we go. Fucking Applecross. You bastard. Never mind. Still got to be done. Go and see the big man. What's the weather like, Tom? Thanks, Tom. So, little update. Applecross Pass. You saw me pass these two before on the time-lapse video coming up. I just thought that they were stopping for a quick break. Turns out the HMS 2 ball in front of us is having overheating issues. It is struggling to get up here. Fans aren't cutting in and stuff like that. How the hell it actually overheats today in this weather is beyond me. I know it's an uphill section, I know it's not very fast, but my god, the rain must be coming in at gusts of what, 30, 40, 50 mile an hour, and it decides it would like to overheat here, of all places. So I came back down, noticed that they hadn't made it to the top after I'd been up for a little while, so done a U-turn, came back down, found them, try and find some fuses or something when we get a chance where it's a little bit less blustery and stuff like that. There's nothing obvious that I could see straight away. Their fan and everything else is covered by like a shroud over the top, so the fan itself sits on the front of the radiator, so it's not actually that accessible like most cars these days, sitting on the back of the radiator and you can see them from the top of the bonnet. But we'll just say, well, the lows have come down to about half on the temperature gauge, the heat's come down to about half on the temperature gauge, so this is us just trying to make a run now. So we'll see how far we get before they need to pull up and stop again, but one way or another I'm determined we'll get this thing up and over the hill. So yeah, a little update for probably the nicest day we get this year, I think, up here. But yeah, we are back on the move again. How long for we'll find out shortly. So hopefully we'll get it in 1 or 2 more stops, and we'll see how we get on. Cool, there's our little update for the Applecross Pass. What a great place to overheat. What a great day for it. So, another update. I am now soaking and filthy. The taxi is back on the road, as you can see in front of us. This is after we've had another stop, and we've now stripped the front end out of it, under the bonnet and everything else, having a quick look, see if there's anything obvious. Took that cowling off I was describing earlier for the fan. Sure enough, here's a bodge repair on the wiring and that. Somebody's tried to solder 2 thick wires together. One side had taken, one was left with 2 strands left in it. The repair bit of cable is about half the thickness of what it should be, and yeah, just a complete and utter bodge. But this is us. We have made the top of Applecross. We told you that we would get here, and we have. Back into the just about hail and sleet. So yeah, the taxi now has no front end here, no front grille. We removed the fan, everything, took the lot out. So yeah, hi. But we said we'd get it up here, and we've got it up here. That's what matters. Well done, everybody. Day 2 challenges, part 3 I believe it is. You may come across one of those famous Scottish Highland cows on the pass, grab a photo, but proceed with caution. There we go, absolutely truly windswept, but we have a hooling coup. Sweet! Tick the box. I just found this little gem, I think, at Applecross Smokehouse. So we'll head in, we'll see it's open, we'll see what there is. So, Applecross Smokehouse, got ourselves some hot smoked salmon fillets. Unfortunately, he was saying that he's sort of winding up a little bit at the moment, and then having a quick break, and then he'll be back for Christmas and that, for Christmas orders and such like. So he is a little bit down on stock today, but really nice bloke, really nice people. really unexpected place to be coming. It's just like somebody's house, and he's in the like a shed in the back. But what a fantastic view he's got out of here. This is incredible. This is absolutely truly incredible. So if anybody's interested, they've got a website, as I've shown you before, applecrosssmokehouse.co.uk.com, one or two. But yeah, an unexpected little stop off, but yep, that's us back on the road. Start of day 3. We're a bit nice and brighter this morning, no rain so far. All the cars just turned up in the car park for getting our daily challenges and everything else and get ready to set off. So today is Ullapool over to Inverness. Just not the direct route by any means, so it's up to Durness and stuff like. So all just coming in now, lining up. This is us, all ready for the off. Keep you updated on the day. guys, as you heard this morning, day 3, Ullapool to Inverness, but using going right up to the north coast. Durness I think it is we're heading to first. Yeah, day 3 and the scenery just gets better and better. I mean, I've drove through Glencoe and stuff like that a few times and it is stunning, don't get me wrong, but up here it's a whole nother level. If you've never done the 500 or anything, the NC 500, just so worth doing it, especially if you enjoy driving and stuff like that. If you've got it doesn't even really matter what you've got to bring up here, the views are still as spectacular, the roads are still the same. And it's not like you could spend a lot of time really going fast or anything. And you could try and push it on if you wanted, but for the likes of stuff like that coming around every corner, it's not worth the risk. And then if you are, you concentrating that much on it, you just got to miss everything. Yeah, right. We've just had a quick stop off at the what's it called? Almecca beach or something. Proper white sands and everything. I'll get the proper name for it next time. But yeah, like you're saying, if you've never actually done 500 or anything like that before, it's so worth doing. Possibly not going to be quite as good for driving if it's in the middle of summer and you've got the motorhomes and caravans and everything, and a lot more tourists driving it at 5 mile an hour. But yeah, this time of year, especially in autumn, like the colours and everything else that are here, and it transforms it compared to what I've seen pictures of, like when everything's green and stuff. But yeah, hope you enjoy some more of the footage and some more of the scenery as we go along. Catch you later. beach. Feet are in. Holy shit. Oh. Oh, this is fresh. We're in. Oh, it's a big wave. That is more than knee deep. Here we go, here's another one. That's it, we're coming to the end of day 3. Literally just cruising back down to Liverpool now. End of day 3, just cruising back down to Inverness. Sorry. Literally we've just turned off what is the official NC 500 trail. We've just noticed that the roundabout behind us, it's gone the other direction. So that's the one that leads back across to the west coast. 6 o'clock, we're starting to get dark. It's a long day today. I think it's about the longest day of driving that there is. Not that you actually cover a great vast distance, I think it's something like 200 mile or so, they reckon. But obviously 200 mile at sometimes 20-30 mile an hour has definitely taken its time, along with the stops and everything else. But yeah, today's the scenery today though is unbelievable. In all fairness, I reckon that they could probably make this an extra day if they wanted to, and actually include like John O'Groats in the route and stuff like that. But yeah, we're just coming up the end of it, end of day 3. Tonight we have the pub quiz, so we'll head down for that. Hopefully we're not too late for it. Sat nav reckons that we're going to be there about 6:30 or something like that. So we did our usual set off at 9 o'clock this morning, so like I said, there is a good few hours in it today. Hopefully we're going to be a smashing front of us there. So yeah, we'll get back, we'll get packed in, set up in the hotel and everything else, and then we'll head down to the bar. Don't know what any first job to get there, but we're not that far off now, so we'll see you back at the pub quiz.
Bunch of flowers, yes, and that's it, yeah. Speech. Alright, thanks. Cheers. Well jobs, excellent. Well done. In second place. It's getting a bit atmospheric now, isn't it? Yeah. You're looking at me like a prop. Or twat, as we call them in rugby. In second place, a big round of applause, please, winning a bouquet of £30 notes. The Shiite Muslim heads. Shite heads! That's it, yes. Anyone claiming this? Well, awesome. Just, so you come on your own, it's very nice. Come closer, don't worry, it won't bite. Or it might. Just hang on to that. Just before you go, we need a photograph. We don't, but I just want you to say that. Whoa, Captain. Now, and that. Right, thank you. Round of applause. Now, it was very close here, towards the top there. Not that I would know, because all I've got is the winner. Well done, everyone. Excellent. Well done, right, all the support staff and the Austrian over there. Please look back in history to find out who was Austrian and pretended he was German. West German, no, East Germany, this one. Thank you. So, the winners. A big round of applause, please. The bouquet of cash. And the massive bottle of whiskey. Depending on whether they won due to my help or not, which could belong to me or them. Michael Hunt! Come on! It's from Carlisle. It's just from a small town in Scotland. Small town in Scotland. It's from a small town in Scotland. Small town in Scotland. It's from a small town in Scotland.
This is us. We're on to day 4. This is our last leg. We are doing Inverness back down to Perth. I'm a bit into the trek today. The start of it isn't exciting at all coming out of Inverness. You're sitting on the A9 with the average speed cameras. We're just up into the Cairngorms now. We're just past the Lecht ski centre, ski resort, or whatever you would like to class it as. But so far so good, I suppose. The Mini is starting to struggle a little bit, I think. I think there's an issue arising in the gearbox somewhere. Gear changes are starting to get rather stiff. So we're just taking it easy today. We're not diving off left, right and centre. Today's challenge, there isn't one apart from the fact that you just got to make it to the finish line. So no separate daily challenges today. Yeah, so what are we now in? It's 835 miles in this trip so far. Like I say, the Mini is still going though. We are still running. Like I say, a few noises here and there. Box is getting a little bit tight, still going. We are still moving, so we are still in this. Points wise, it's not looking like we're winning by a long stretch. Some of the teams are really going to good efforts, but we're not last either. We were somewhere around the third to the halfway down the list, I think, of teams yesterday. Still got some more points than that stocked up to go into that before the totals and that go on. So if we're in the top third, top three would be amazing. If we're in the top third, I'm happy at that. Not the easiest trying to be a team of one. You've got certain setbacks, like the castles and stuff like that, try to find them along the way. I know there's a few teams this morning, they're all diving off left, right and centre, going to find them and stuff. But like I say, trying to find the actual castle, trying to find the directions, then getting the right way and driving and keeping on the right way when you got your sat nav set and everything else. It just kind of adds up a little bit for a one person team. Definitely going to be easier with two. One person can look and navigate, one person can drive. But at least they're only 10 points apiece, so I'm not massively worried about that. The other challenges are worth like 100, 150 points each, so like I said, the biggest task for today is just to make it back to Perth. As long as it gets to Perth, it could even go on the back of a wagon from there if it needs to and get it home. But yeah, so that's our update for today. Like I said, this is day 4, our final leg, so our evening party or award ceremony tonight and everything else. Pub quiz, I've got a couple of clips and that'll try and include them that were just on my phone though. Managed to win the pub quiz last night, so that was nice. We got a good bottle of whiskey and £50 cash, first place. Really, really good. What we've done with that is we've put the cash straight into the charity pot at one of the teams, and also the whiskey, one of the lads in the team donated another £50 as well, so that also went into a charity pot as well. So my float as I wasn't wearing losers. Go high and go low, through the kitchen to go. All the lasses shout hello, John Old wears your trousers. The wind blow low, through the streets in a kilt I go. All the lasses shout hello, John Old wears your trousers. Mighty right, but always right. Unless we give the fright if it's only wearing trousers. Blow high and wind blow low, through the streets in a kilt I go. All the lasses shout hello, don't know where's the trousers. In my car, went down to Kenny's bar. 15 scotches, 3 cigars, without my trousers. High in the wind blow low, through the streets in a kilt I go. Lasses shout hello, don't know where's your trousers. High, the wind blow low, through the streets in a kilt I go. Don't know where's your trousers.
Excuse me? Sir, you on the bicycle? Would you pull over to the side of the road, please? Have you had anything to drink tonight, sir? And what happened to your pants?
Don't know where's your trousers. High, the wind blows low. Don't know where's your trousers. Behind the sky, I'm not very big, but I'm awfully shy. Shouts that I go by. Don't know where's your trousers. Wind blow high, wind blow streets again. Shout hello, don't know where's your trousers. High, wind blow low. High, don't know where's your trousers. High and wind blow low. Wind I go. Shout hello, don't know where's your trousers.